Right.
Tropical, I don't
Right?
I like the heat.
I love it too.
I'm not a big fan of the heat.
I sleep with a blanket still. I wore long johns on Friday.
Yeah, but you anemic, though.
No, I'm bulimic. What's the difference?
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm done.
how y'all doing?
Good.
Great.
Hey!
Happy Sunday.
Yeah, Sundays is a good day for me now. Now I gotta do this. I used to be like, oh, I gotta go to work tomorrow. And I was like, I look forward to doing this.
Nice.
So, you know where we at. No Disrespected Podcast. Pooh, give it to him.
Hello, this is No Disrespect Podcast, meaning with me, no disrespect. What we say is I'm using opinions. You can like it, you can love it, you can hate it, you can suck it. I don't care. Just watch, learn, listen, and do what we do. With that being said, I'm Pookie the Dream, and I'm always with my brother.
I'm Cool Ass Trav, and I'm with...
I am _DeVille. How you doing?
There you go. And today we got our good old guest with us that I kept mixing up, promoting this, So tell me your names.
I'm Gildia Lopez. I'm the founder of Brothers in Briefcases.
And I'm Andre Turnbull. I'm the creative director and founder for Mogul by Sweat Equity Apparel, and also the creator and founder of the Mogul 70. So,
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, creators in the building.
Yeah.
You
Creators and curators.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yeah, creators and
You
curators.
got that good melanin popping on this couch.
listen, man.
Thanks.
listen.
It's the sun.
Extra dog over here.
Yes. We do have different shades.
Yes.
Different shades.
Yes. Melanin coffee.
You know,
It's a smorgasbord of.
I'm waiting for this 90 degrees to be consistent.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know, right? About time.
Personal.
About time.
So how y'all doing?
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
How was your week?
Our week was my week. I'm not gonna say our.
Okay.
My week was very interesting.
No, that's I just
You
kidding,
know. Yeah, no, it was interesting.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Wow, what
it was
happened with your week?
just interesting. A lot of things happening. I'm getting, ready for Brothers in Briefcases. My niece graduated. Freelancing. When you have your own business, you never stop working. So
I'm learning that now.
yeah,
I'm learning
you
that
never
now.
stop working, and sometimes you gotta do other things to pay the bills. So you definitely never stop working. 24 hours is not enough.
Yeah, you need extra 7 hours in another day. To
Another
get it
day, I'm like, there needs to be a day between Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
Not gonna rest.
I agree. I agree.
Let's go, brother. You wasn't here.
I was at Father's Day.
Yeah, we did the Father's Day.
Yeah, and by the way, like she mentioned earlier, happy graduation to all the graduates.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Congrats.
All the little ones, the older ones,
I
everybody.
remember that day.
Yep.
And just to make it clear, I got my Macho Man cake.
Thank you.
I got my Macho Man cake. That means the house is still a happy home. And been destroyed if I get my cake.
He's a wrestling fan.
Okay.
Oh.
He's a big
I
wrestling
was
fan.
a wrestling fan.
Anyway, me and him, we was looking. I went to Toys R Us. They had this thing for adults, right? I wanted this Ric Flair robe.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
And he wanted the Macho Man cape.
Okay.
So when I went back to get the robe, they ain't have it.
Okay.
But he got his
He has his
cake
cape.
for
Okay,
Father's Day. That
nice.
was his gift that he wanted for Father's Day. So
Look at that. Yeah.
I'm
That's
glad
so
that he
cute.
got it. Are you a
It's a
father?
simple
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, I'm a father of 4-year-old twins, 2 girls.
Ooh.
Oh, this is gonna say 4.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh no, we're done.
20 girls. Okay.
Yeah.
Two for the price of one.
Yeah, man. I mean, it happened. We weren't expecting 2, but God had other plans. So
That's a blessing.
Yeah, I'm happy for that. Yeah. So we're good now. We're good.
You sure you don't want
No, we're good.
no
we're
mini
good.
mogul?
Nah, we'll
Moguls
turn-
come in different genders.
Hello.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I know, but I'm just
Okay.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm
People
surprised.
that
We'll
have
turn
no
them into
kids
mini
want to
Moguls
push other
eventually.
kids on you.
Yeah, so we're good.
It's okay. I was just surprised because usually dads. Okay, they say the daughter is for the father and the son is for the mother, but
That's true.
sometimes fathers. I always expect a father always still want a son.
So I wanted a son. You know what I mean? It's a lot to get into because when we were trying to conceive, it was a difficult process. Like we went there a lot. So this was like, you know what I mean? When it happened, it was like it just.
That's what the blessing.
Because it came to a point where we're like, all right, let's stop worrying about it and just let God do what He has to do, and then it just happened. You know what I mean? So right now we're like, you know what? We're good. We're God gave us double for our trouble, so we're like,
It's crazy because one looks like their mother and one
one looks like me, one looks like my wife.
So y'all got it.
So we're good.
Yeah, you
It's the craziest thing.
You want a boy? No,
Yeah.
I'm good. One looks like you.
Yeah.
So
we're good, yeah.
let's get into brothers in briefcases and the Mogul Summit.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk first.
Yeah, who wants to go first?
So for me, the brand Mogul kind of came out of. I was just sitting at home one day, and just as usual, my brain is always on like 100 miles an hour, like it never stops, even when I'm sleeping. So
Creative.
I came up with the brand, the term Mogul. So I looked it up, looked up the definition, trying to figure out what it means and what. It kind of leaned towards like the people who are in media and the people who are, the top people who are in the magazines and whatever. But the way what my idea and my vision for the brand was to cater to the people who are moguls in their own right, like us sitting here, like the people who are doing great things in community, who are doing, who are passionate about what they do. Because my idea is like a mogul is not just the people in the magazines, it's not just people in who have all the followers on social media, but it's people who are really passionate about their craft. And hence the reason I came up with this hashtag right here, be a mogul about it, like whatever you do. I don't care if you pick up, you get the idea about that. I don't care if you pick up garbage on the side of the street, be the best at it. You know what I mean? And be a mogul about it. So that's where the whole thing came from. And and the company is Sweat Equity Apparel Co. And so Sweat Equity is basically the work that you put in to bring an idea to life.
So this is your job.
This is what I do. Yeah, this is what I do.
You don't have to go to work tomorrow.
No, so because I you know what? I started this thing last year, July, my birthday, and I was still working. And a few months ago, I got fired from my job, which was one of the which was one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah,
I'm in that mind state right now.
Yeah. So the day they fired me, they couldn't understand why I was so happy. I'm like, I'm like ready to go. Like I've been checked out of here like months ago. I checked out. So I was never here. Like so. So now this is what I do full time. I'm in terms of like building it up. Hence the reason I even created the Mogul Summit, which is something I wanted to do for 3 years. 3 years now. Okay. And I tried to do it 3 years ago. Never worked out. I had to pull the plug like a week before the event. It was just bad partnerships. Just everything was just horrible.
See, now that was my thing. When I heard about the Mogul Summit.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, the word mogul. That word comes with success. Yeah. Money. And I want fame. Yeah. And I was talking to a friend of mine a couple weeks ago. So I'm like, yo, what you want to be? A mogul. But I'm like when you hear all right, Russell Simmons is considered a mogul. Puff. Yeah. You get but they never self-proclaimed themselves to be a mogul. Right. They just went after what they wanted. Right. When you look at Def Jam and how it started, I feel like moguls start off with one thing. Be successful at that. Yeah. Turn that into something else. Right. Focus on that. And nowadays when you hear mogul, like, I want to be a mogul. I do this. I'm a boss. I'm a this. But then I'm gonna be late for work tomorrow. And fam, you gotta pick a lane. Yeah. You gotta pick a lane. So that's when I'm like, what the hell is a mogul? Yeah. Because the only people I know that moguls on TV. Not even that you know that they on TV, but when I look at them, I'm like, all right, well, they focus on one thing first before they said I'm gonna be this, that, and the third. Right. So when I said the mogul something, I want to see how that works out.
Yeah, but I wanted to flip the definition of that because I think a lot of people focus on just that, and then you have people who are sitting down with so many multi-million-dollar ideas and creative ideas that can lead them to a better life. And so this is what this brand caters to: those people who have that drive and that passion to be something greater than they are. You know what I mean? And have those ideas, and they don't necessarily have like the people around them to pull that out. So the brand was created out of passion, number one, for people, and a passion for seeing people be the best versions of themselves. So that's where that came from. And
you a year in.
I'm about to be a year, July 15th.
Congratulations,
so thank you.
And
the Mogul Summit, which happened on June 9th.
I got it from hers, man. I said, okay.
So the summit now brought together entrepreneurs and creatives from different genres, whatever they do. They came together for a day of collaboration, networking, and inspiration. And we had a panel discussion, and I partnered with Gildia here, Lopez Global, and
Lopez Global is my PR agency company. So.
Oh, so you get people out of trouble.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to get in trouble.
But you know, when black people get a couple dollars, jury, women, trouble come with that. And then
So
call my PR.
Yeah. So I partnered with her.
Olivia Pope.
Yeah, fix it. Well, we try not to go there to fix it, but.
So nobody hit you from Me Too yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Now you gotta be a different tax bracket for Me Too.
Right.
You definitely gotta be in a this ain't a Me Too tax bracket right here.
You're not claiming me yet.
Nah, not yet. Not yet. But when this gets top
You'll be
off,
surprised,
I'm pretty sure somebody going, yo, they Me Too me. So,
I'm right next to you like, me too.
it's my man. We've been friends for over 10 years, so we
Over
definitely
10, over 20.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's like us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Lopez Global is my PR agency company. I just actually created that maybe about 8 months ago. I went to school for business marketing.
Okay.
So I did PR when I graduated school for a little bit, and just kind of like everybody else, just wanted to make money, right? So I went into working with amazing luxury brands, and I was making good money. But at one point, I wasn't happy doing what I was doing. So I needed to figure out what makes you happy, right? So making money, traveling, all of that good stuff. But when you're not doing what you're doing, just like you said, eventually you just check out.
Yeah,
and then I was starting to check out. I'm like, dang, Gildy, you don't like going to work no more? Like, you going in here late? So I had to figure out what I love. So just like Andre, I got laid off because I didn't want to do the job that they was asking me to do anymore. So they laid me off, and I took a year off just to kind of like find Gildy and what Gildy wants to do and how she wants to do it. And in that time, I created Visions to Life Events, which is an event planning company. Event planning and PR goes hand in hand together. And one day, I was late night, and I came up with the idea of Brothers in Briefcases. The name came to me, and I was just like, what is it about? And
So when you think of that, you right there. I'm thinking lawyers.
I'm going to court.
Yeah.
and it was more like the men around me. I think that sometimes media, not sometimes, 90% of the time media highlight black men in the effed up life, right? And I wanted to change that. And because I have men around me who are not just rappers, I don't even think I have a friend who's a rapper, but rappers or basketball players, like I have friends around me who are, lawyers, who are psychologists, who are teachers, and it was making me really angry that every time I turn on the TV or went on social media that all these black men were either getting killed for whatever reason or they were being highlighted in a different light, right? And then I have he's 11 now, but my nephew at one point started questioning whether or not it was a good thing to be black here and be black and smart, because he likes robotics, he likes all this science stuff. So I just kind of sat on the name for a while, and one day I text, I think Regine and my friend Camilla, and I'm like, I think I want to do a panel, but I don't know how I want to do it yet. Let me sit on it more. And
so you know me, whenever you tell me something, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. And
afterwards, but as much as I'm a creator, I'm realistic on what I want to do, because I always want to make sure I set a good foundation. So when whatever I'm creating gets big, it doesn't crumble because my foundation wasn't good, right?
So do you have people working for you?
No, it's only me.
It's just you right now.
It's only me. If I need help, I hire people for the day off, but it's really me. It's my baby. That's why I was just discussing with my cousin. I hate when people call themselves like CEOs and stuff, because if you're a CEO, that means you have people working for you. I'm a businesswoman.
Jay-Z done put that to shame in that song boss.
Yes.
Everybody's CEO to pay for the offices.
So the idea of Brothers in Briefcases is it's a movement to bring men of color, black men, brown men, in a form of panel to discuss what makes them successful, and we discuss topics like communities and mental health and all the things that they have gone through to be able to get where they're at, and how is it that we could bring it to our community so that we as people could continue to enhance, right? Because we're better in numbers than by ourselves. So that's just the point of Brothers in Briefcases. We have people from like the financial sector, or people who are in the entertainment sector, magazines, other men who have kind of the same movement that I have, but in a different light. In the first panel we had the men of Black men smile. If you don't follow them, follow them. It's just basically just what makes you smile, right? Because a lot of Black men are in this notion that, you know, they don't smile. You know, so why is it that you don't smile? Why is it that you don't show emotion? So that's their movement, you know. So they were on the first panel, and it was a great discussion. You know, I always encourage women to come because sometimes we think that we know everything a Black man goes through, and just to have this conversation with Black men, we learn so much. You know, I also encourage, you know, parents to bring their kids. If you have kids from the age of 10 to like 15, 18, whatever, bring them because they have to see a different light of Black men or brown men, you know.
Well, I know it's rough for a Black man. I try to stay my ass out the way.
In the house.
Yeah, most definitely. So I don't need a PR right now, but I will later. You know.
You know how I know it's a problem?
Wow.
Because everybody was claiming Wakanda, and it ain't real. They were so proud of Wakanda. They didn't know it was fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want Wakanda.
I think it's
And
just,
they looking for it.
There's such positivity that came out of that. Like they had like some place like, look, Black people are successful here.
yeah, I mean,
You know,
because,
Black people are successful everywhere.
but that's the reason why.
Yeah, but there's a stigma out there, man.
But that's
Like
the
about
the
Africa.
image.
Like about Africa. They got this nasty stigma about Africa.
But I think they have a stigma about Black people, period. And I think that's
yeah.
one of the reasons, again, why Brothers Three Faces is created, because this, you know, I mean, it's going to take a million of us to do it, but that's the reason why I created this, because I need people to understand that there's more to Black people, especially Black men, right, than what media or your neighborhood wants to make you believe.
Well, that's
See, but you know what? I was, you know, I came up with, when I came up with this, right, my thing was no handouts.
Yes.
I got tired, like, creating this whole platform here, when I started, I asked for help.
Okay.
And I went to my illegal friends. I went to my scammer friends.
What's that about scammer?
You know, I need a microphone, I need this, I need that. You know, in the beginning, like, they were frustrated, because I'm like, damn, like, things ain't working out. I got getting frustrated. And then I had to tell myself, because I was talking to her recently, and she's like, yo, we can't look at stuff half, you know, half empty. It got to be half full. So, and I got to remember that, because I had went, when I created, I was like, all right, instead of what don't I have, I got to look at what I have and work with that. And from there, everything started to fall into place. You know, I had, you know, little forks in the road, pots, and, you know, that I was dealing with, but it worked out. You know, so I see exactly what you're saying. So thank you for showing love to Black, because it's rough out here.
Yeah, you know, it's always amazing.
You know, it's rough for Black men just walking the street. You know, you got to be looked at a certain way and depicted a certain way, and nowadays within your own community, you have to look like something to be successful. You gotta walk around with a bunch of fake jewelry on, and you gotta be able
it's
to
just
rap.
this perception that success looks like this when it really doesn't.
Even with drug dealers look like this.
Yeah.
They don't look like that.
Yeah, it's just it's all about perception. But
everybody want to be ghosts. And you know.
Yeah, it's all about perception. But you know, I invite you all to come July 7th, 3 to 7, and 12 St. Mark's Place. Come, you know.
In Brooklyn.
No, in the city. It's a Saturday. You know, come be part of the conversation. Yeah. 12 St. Mark's Place. I'm like, did I just say?
You have to send him the flyer so we can get his name.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll post the flyer so we know.
So yeah, come. You know, I encourage everybody to come, be a part of the conversation. I promise you, he's been to one, she's been to both.
Yeah.
You won't come out of there the same.
For me, as a woman,
You won't come out the same.
like, it really made me have a more of a connection as far as understanding the Black man, what you go through. Like, I thought I understood. No, I really gained much more.
You won't come out the same way. It really becomes a conversation, right? Because we highlight the men in the panel, but then it just becomes a conversation. Like, what can we help you? And how can we help you? What can we do to continue to, you know, I'm all about supporting Black and buying Black, you know, but if we don't know what it, you know, who out there so we go support or buy Black, then we won't do it, right? So, you know, it just becomes a conversation. It's not because it's my baby, but I swear you won't come out the same.
Alright, I definitely gonna come to it. I don't gotta dress up or anything.
No, I mean, that's the point,
There's
right?
food,
There's food, there's drinks, there's music, like, we vibing.
Yeah.
That's like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So thank y'all for coming again.
Thank you.
You know, letting us know what it is. Alright, let's get to it.
Where we start?
Where do we start?
Yeah,
Junior.
Do we want to start that?
Let's start.
You
okay,
got Nas album, Misconception of Black Love, Stigma of Black Men, Speaking to.
So I guess we talk about.
Yeah, let's go with let's go with the stigma, because we was talking about black men and the stigma of black men and the misconception, dating within black men and women.
Oh my
the
God.
dating scene period. She sent me. Let me tell you.
The video. Did
She
you see
sent
the
me
video?
a video.
Yeah,
I saw the
The cartoon video.
Yeah.
I disagree with that video solely.
As a guy, you disagree.
Yes.
Well, I also disagree.
Hold on,
to a
cause we gotta
point.
explain
To
to
a
him
certain
what the
extent.
what the
And
video
the
was.
people right there that don't.
Okay, the video is a cartoon video of
Dating 2018 is called. That's
And
what it's
she
called.
was at a dinner date with
Right.
this guy, and he was like, "Good morning, beautiful," and it was 12:45 p.m.
And she was, and she. Okay, let's describe the character she has on a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Because I
describe
couldn't
the character.
understand why are you going on a date looking like you're
Yeah,
about to
so
go
she
try
has
a
on a
case. Like, come on.
suit, and
You know,
he's like,
Chilling.
chill. He's very chill.
really relaxed.
And he has the whole beard situation. He has an earring on. He's real relaxed.
Bad situation.
He did.
And
I hate that.
and she has
That's a stereotype that I
Oh
want to
my
say that y'all did.
Stigma.
That's
How is
definitely
it?
a stigma that women put on black men.
what?
But
To
you
have
have-
a beard?
but you
The
have-
beard situation.
But you
What's the
have
big
someone right
situation?
now.
What is the beard situation?
You more sexy with a beard.
OMG.
And like
Oh,
you
no,
have to have a
but
beard,
you
or
didn't-
you look
You
more
didn't.
manly
I am
with a
describing
beard.
the two characters.
That's how he looked.
That's how he looked. He had an earring and he was swagged out. He wasn't even sitting up. He was
He was
looking
just like
leaning.
relaxed, lean.
How are you supposed to be on a date?
First of all, she had on a suit, so I don't know what type of date they were going
First
on.
of all, this is a cartoon.
Oh God.
But if
Why?
you go onto the person's social media, it's based on something that happened.
Okay.
Okay, so
But and okay, this is my defense for women and men going on a date.
okay,
Okay, this is
You
the
know.
stigma. Fashion.
okay.
You want us a lot of times. People who work in these corporate worlds dress as if they're the boss, like they can't be replaced, right? Right. You understand that? Get dressed for work. Like I'm going to get dressed to go answer the phone. And that's what you do.
That's corporate structure. Like,
Right, you structure that. So now that you're
Maybe
structured,
you
right.
know on that phone.
No, but when
Say it again.
when you structured that way, now you taking that. You go on a date, right? You going on a date. Now you picking your best. Want to be corporate / I want to be relaxed.
Well, it really depends on the date.
You don't
right?
really know how to really
Business,
function.
the front party in the back.
Yeah, like you don't really know how to function because you don't function.
Well, it really depends on the date, right? So if I'm telling you meet me for lunch,
Oh, I love lunch.
I'm gonna have a suit.
Lunch is cheap.
I'm gonna have a
Because
suit
you're
on
coming
because
from
I'm at work, right? But if I'm telling you meet me in Harlem for brunch, you're gonna see me like this.
Now that's cool.
So it really
You can
depends.
go to work like that too, though.
Oh, I go to work like this.
But now, right?
I was going to work like this before.
Okay,
I go to work. I mean, the reality is it really depends on where you work. Like you said, it's some corporate structures, right? Some corporate structures, it is what it is. You don't have to wear a suit, but you have to be casual, dressy, whatever business casual, whatnot.
Yeah.
I won't
Some
wear.
type of structure.
Yes, like
No,
I won't
I
wear
get
brothers and briefcases if I'm working for another company because it's my company, right?
I might wear it under a
When
button
I'm
shirt.
when I'm walking in, you will see it.
I got
When
the
I'm
shirt.
leaving, you'll see it has happened before. But if I'm working for a client or working for another company, I'm not gonna do that. It's just I'm not gonna mess up my bag nor my professionalism.
So let me ask you, what is a proper date or good date, or what is a good first date for like when you after you go to after you get from texting and talking and getting to know somebody and they say yo
Let's
let's meet up.
I really think it depends on what you guys have in common, right? Like
I
I don't eat Kennedy, so that wouldn't happen.
Fried chicken.
Wait, they still.
They still not.
Yeah, they still.
So that wouldn't happen. So the fact that you even like Kennedy, we wouldn't even go on a date.
You don't like chicken? You don't
I don't
like
like Kennedy.
So.
You don't like chicken?
I don't like Kennedy. No, he said Kennedy.
But I can eat Kennedy, but I can play Mozart on the piano. See, there you go.
What that mean? But you're not taking me to Kennedy. Like I don't like Kennedy. You're not taking me to Kennedy.
I'm gonna get it.
Like, you're not taking me to Kennedy.
I'm gonna get it.
Guys,
Why is
He's gonna put it in the ring like I made this.
Why
Because Kennedy is poor chicken. That's why. Hormone
No, it
chicken.
really depends. To be
Even
honest.
I wouldn't eat
It
that.
really depends when you're getting to
I
know
get a
each
pure
other.
breast though.
Yeah,
That's a
hey,
deal.
and the sweet potato pies is good
Who
too.
even eat
And the
meat
pizza
that-
rolls. Let's talk about
It
it.
really depends. No, it really depends when you're having a conversation with this person, you get to know each other, whether or not whatever you have in common, right? So like, I'll go to brunch. I think it's a perfect.
I think brunch is so typical. I think
I mean, but-
brunch is the new thing. Like,
Black
come on, like,
people.
like, you gotta get to know
That's the expensive Kennedy fried chicken.
No, for real. I go to brunch. I go to a coffee shop.
Kennedy got breakfast there too.
I will go to the movies though.
Mix it up.
You want to go to the
As a first date, no.
You know what? Let me tell you. This how I used. One of my first days used to be this. I used to have it down pat. Boom. 42nd Street, the Port Authority. Now let me tell you, 42nd Street Port Authority had a bowling alley.
Oh, they still have it, I think.
They still
Yeah,
there?
They're still there.
I used to go every first day. Go straight to the bowling alley. You have mad fun at the bowling.
Yeah, it's a good
First,
interactive.
'cause that's how you get to interact with
I don't
some people.
date, so
Huh?
I don't date.
Well,
But let's ask the married man. What's the perfect first date?
Well, all right. So next month, July 18th, I've been married for 9 years.
Oh,
congratulations.
Thank you. So
Yes,
the
black
first
love.
thank you. The first date from when I was first dating my wife, right? First of all, I was nervous as hell. So I remember I had a conversation with my mom at the time. God rest her soul. I was like, Mom, listen, this is my first. Like, what we gonna do? So you know, and we talked about it. She was like, all right, so you gotta get a car, you know, like car service. And I got no. I'm telling you, because
So
mom,
it's mom.
no,
It's
the same thing.
I'm saying car service. I got
That's what
hired car service. It was a Mercedes that came out to drive for the night. Yeah, picked her up.
That's his
at
work.
her house. Yeah, and we went to this restaurant in the Bronx called F&J Pine. I don't know that Italian restaurant.
Where is that?
That's on Bronxdale Avenue in the Bronx. They serve really good food.
Is it 900 Park? Cause it's a restaurant I go to in the Bronx called 900 Park. It's Italian
No, it's
too.
called F&J Pine. It's still there. It's like they sell a lot of
Let me
Italian
Google
food.
it.
But anyway, so we went there, and then right after that, we the car came, picked us up again. I took her to the movies. Went to the movies after that. The movie we went to see was actually Why Did I Get Married? Which is crazy. That's
Chris Rock.
that's a Tyler Perry joint.
And Janet Jackson and all that.
Yeah.
And so
You
we
talking
saw
about,
that.
Why?
I think I love my wife.
Yeah, I think I love my
So
wife.
Why Did I Get Married? We saw that. It was a great movie. And after that, we, you know, car service came back, but you know, I dropped her home and whatever. And she said to me that was one of the best dates she's ever been on. You know what I mean?
How long do you wait for sex after that?
Oh God,
How
here
long
we
do I
go.
wait for sex?
Here we go.
No, I'm just asking. Like,
Here we go.
are we doing the Steve Harvey 90-day
No,
drive?
let me tell you something. I just want people to stop thinking that sex has a limit to it. It really doesn't, right? It really depends on how you vibing with that person. The only reason why women feel like there is a limit is because they don't want to be labeled as something that society labels them.
Okay, so on the night, all right. If it's
You ask me about my date.
we gonna get to that in a second.
No disrespect.
No, I'm just asking because dates like this, right?
You want.
Let's just say
You want buns down there?
your wife.
Here we go.
No, I'm saying.
Cars and
He
movies.
sounds like he's gonna say it.
No, let's just say your wife isn't today's typical attention-seeking woman,
Yeah.
right? Instagram model. I want to get my body done type
You
of
want
chick.
attractive type of
You got to ask that night.
Most likely.
You probably got that. You wouldn't even have to go to the movie.
Yeah, right after the dinner.
Yeah, you probably got it in the bathroom.
That would have been.
Yo,
That's how it
Done.
But the type of man you are, do you attract this type of woman?
Yeah, me too.
Well,
Done.
I don't mind.
He said
like she said, it all depends on the type. Because my
It
wife
does
is not
depend
that.
on the
She
type
was
of
not that
because
type of girl.
if a lot of time dudes today might want to go over the limit with the wrong chick, and now you all on Instagram taping your food and boom and shit like
Well,
that.
thank God Instagram was.
It was different 9 years ago.
Yeah, that was nice. It was that guy.
Go ahead, Kennedy.
It wasn't
All
popular.
right, pivot. So,
He's gonna take your date. Take to Kennedy.
all right, my typical first date. For one, I'm gonna take a
Hold
shower.
on, I'm
He
gonna
said
stop you
first,
for
though.
1 second. So we got Jackie Pam 2012 says.
Oh, that's my wife. Hey, baby.
Oh, she's tuning in. So she says, I believe a first date is not about the quantity, it's the quality of the date.
Yes. Yes.
But I don't eat Kennedy, so ain't no thing.
That's not quality food. I'm sorry.
Kennedy though.
I'm with you, boo.
Okay, now check it out though.
Yeah.
Go to Ford and Fried.
That's what, see?
Go to
Ain't
Ford
even
and
a Ford and
I
Fried.
don't know what that is.
What is that about?
Ford Road
Now,
between
don't tell them
Preston
nothing. Don't
and the
tell them
Concourse.
They'll understand.
That's right up there.
Let me tell you,
Okay.
you could get
The
a
cutlet.
you get good cutlet, good fried cutlet with some
The
rice.
fish on wheat.
Listen, I'm just saying.
This is my thing.
It's
Again,
not
Whoa.
Kennedy.
So wait a minute. What, are we orchestrating or structuring this in a sense of he's not necessarily taking you to say let's go sit in Kennedy as the date.
No.
But the date could be, yo, I'm gonna get some food from Kennedy, and I'm gonna do the whole setup.
Can
and
y'all rock with my date for one
There's
second?
nothing wrong with that.
Let's
All right, guys, tell us your date.
My date. I gotta take a shower first.
Okay.
I will hope so.
I'm just saying.
I think that's
Shower
first step.
about 5 minutes longer this time. How about that?
Shower 5 minutes longer. I'm done.
Put something real fresh on. Probably never wore before. Socks, everything. You gonna come meet me and see me in my essence on my block. See how people treat me and how I treat people. Cause that's exactly who I am. So I can take you everywhere else, and we're not gonna focus on each other because we distracted. We got movies on, or we got great dinner. Food. You just shit food out. I'm sorry. Food doesn't impress me. All you gonna do is shit it out. Like, please don't give me food as a gift because I eat every day. So it doesn't even matter.
It depends, cause I like certain food.
I do too. But at the end of the day, I think first date's about getting to know the person.
It is.
And,
I believe so.
and even if the date's not in my hood, I will let it go to go around your hood to see how you treat people. Because how you treat your friends and your family is exactly the person who you are. Because they can front.
agree with
People
you.
can front when they're alone. People could be arm shy when later, a few months later she's spitting on you.
Me and I was about to say Jimmy.
You can say Jimmy.
Me
I
and
got
Jimmy,
different
his
names.
nickname in
Okay.
T's Motion was Jimmy Cozier because he
I
looks
look
like
like the
Jimmy
singer.
Cozier.
Sometimes you love them.
Now this is making
Yes!
I kept looking at it. I'm like,
Jimmy Cozier.
now this
So
makes
me and
sense.
Jimmy
Okay.
was having that same conversation, and I told him flat out I don't date, and I agree with you on one thing, which is when you go on dates, people always put up a facade, and you don't get to know
That's
the person.
why you
with
need
it.
to go to
That's
Kennedy.
why
That's why
hell
you need
no,
to go to
no
Kennedy.
Kennedy. I do not go on dates. I rarely like to go on dates, and I personally like to build up some type of established friendship or relationship before we go on things
And
like
not to
that.
cut you, but and I get what you're saying, right? Because with me and my wife, we were friends before
Basically.
we got together.
And
So
that's dope.
we were friends.
The
Like, we
friend-
went
the
to the
friend
church.
thing
Like
is-
I knew her
is-
before that.
is
You know what I'm saying? So I
important.
knew her before
That's
that. So
Dope.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
very
I like it.
important.
Yeah, it's important.
And
We'll
then
talk
we go
about
on
that
dates.
because that's
Then we
another
go
part of
places.
relationships.
Because
too,
you might go on dates being friends first and not saying that it's a date, not realizing it's a date. You just like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm hungry, you hungry, yo, walk me over here.
Hey,
And
used to
you
do that too.
you go from
We used to,
here to here, and then you like, oh shit, it's 11 o'clock at night, yo, I gotta go home, you know.
But you clarify as that date. I just clarified that as something else. I like just a regular time spent.
Okay, but see, you won't put
Dates-
you
dates
won't
is
put
put
title
effort,
on
like
it.
you
No,
have
that's not
put
it.
in
I had to
effort.
put it-
That's
I
what
had
a
to put
date
effort
is.
into
A
that.
date is an
so that's
effort.
why I said to what I said about Kennedy, right? Because I feel like the first thing you mentioned was you already on the phone, you getting to know one another. If we already passed that stage and this is who you get. This is the Gilda you get all the time. So, and I don't hang in my hood, so you will never come to my hood to hang because I don't hang in my hood, right? So, but I have events like Brothers and Briefcases. She has events. I will invite you to places so that you can see how I interact
Your
and how I
natural
do business
essence.
and my natural essence,
Yeah,
right?
but I'm not saying
So
that.
when I mean about dating, when I say no to Kennedy, from the conversation we had, you will know that I don't like Kennedy. I just don't. I never like Kennedy.
But
However,
you need to try Ford and Fry.
but if you be like,
I'm
Now I'm really gonna have to try that place. I'm really gonna have to go there now because
baby, it's not that far from my house too.
I gotta go check it out.
effort into something, you know, and I mean, sometimes when you are in the dating stage for a long time, even women will take you out because if I know that you like, I don't know, basketball and your team is coming to Madison Square Garden, I will make that effort to buy tickets to take you out.
And
because that's what it is to be building, going back to a foundation, a solid foundation. You put an effort into it.
Dating is such a lost art. That's the reason why I say I don't like dating because of the fact of the matter, the way people date, the way that people date. No, the way I said the way people date nowadays is always about a facade. And initially, when you first meet each other, but if we're two people that we vibe, we kick it and stuff like that, and eventually we go on dates. That's cool. But I just met you when we going. I don't like that because I want to see who you are. I want to see where your head is at. I want to see where your heart is at because I have to choose whether or not if I want to reach the next level with you. I mean, I'm talking to you for a reason, for us to reach the next level. I'm not talking about a ring per se at that moment in time, but if we get at that moment. But I'm just saying, if I'm gonna bust it wide open, I'm just being real.
Okay.
If I'm gonna bust it wide open, I have to know you. I have to know you.
I mean, it's all about I feel like we live in the era that you could get to, if you pay attention, you could get to know someone.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like even before you go on a date,
you get to know them through Instagram.
Like you, no,
So that's
to a point.
It depends on who it is.
To a point. However, going back to what you were saying, like although you like, oh, I need to get to know you before. I mean, I could tell you, yo, come meet me at the coffee shop, or so and so's having a black water. You want to come with me? That's getting to know one another before you even go on a date.
And that's not a date.
But I consider that.
That's not a date.
That's not a date.
No, we chilling.
That's just chilling.
That's just chilling.
Yeah. Dating
You know
is
what?
an art.
I'm old school. Remember when you say y'all two go out? You go out with her?
Oh,
You ain't
y'all-
no damn place?
No,
Yeah, I go out with her.
I go out.
Go out, yeah.
And they ain't went nowhere.
But I also feel like when you reach a certain age, right, and you have certain things that you want in your life and how you are working within yourself, and this is men and women, it's just certain things that you have standards for, right? She has a standard on what a date is to her. You know, and it is what it is because we just don't have the time to be.
And that's fine. As long as my first date and your shit don't be like, yo, yeah, let's go on a date. And then, hey, where you want to go? I want to go with Philippe Childs.
No, for what? Philippe Childs not even that good.
It's
Or
not.
relax.
That's not even a date.
That's not a date.
No, Philippe Childs is not a date. It's the same food that you get from a regular traditional Asian
It's
restaurant.
not that really good.
Personally, it's not that serious. Okay, cute. She's pricey. She has a little bit of food. You see a couple faces. Great. You walk in there, walk out. I went to that and I was just like, when I went on that date, I was actually telling the person I was with at that time. I said, why did you take me here? I felt bad because I said that to him. He felt some type of way because I said that to him because he felt like that was that, and I think that's what made me feel some type of way because what made you the impression that as the female that I am that this is what's gonna impress me?
Going back to knowing one another,
But,
right?
but
Like a perfect date to her, take her to some art
gallery.
That's a perfect date to her.
Do something with books. We could go to a poetry. I like things where
Library.
you put a
library.
I'm a person
Bookstore.
that's
This is
the
her
type of person
thing.
I am. That's a person
That's
I
her thing.
am. Do not
Got
get
her?
that. I don't like that.
DeVille, she's single. Y'all want to take her to
I hate you.
bookstore?
That was nothing. Library card.
It's not just
Library.
It's not just a bookstore, but it's just like
I see what
putting
you're saying.
putting a structure. You see how you
No,
said
I
your
see
date
what
you
you're
did
saying.
with your wife?
Because
like,
it's
put
one
a structure,
thing.
a thought
Yeah,
in it.
it's one thing to say, yo, come hang.
He had to ask his mom stuff.
No, but you see, no, and I'm
He's
not
smart.
saying
He
the same
uses
thing.
resources.
No, I had a conversation with my mom, like, yo, what?
But that was
what
9
should I
years
do?
ago.
That
He
was
was
9
in
years
his
ago.
20s.
Right, that was not yet.
I will ask my mom too.
Yeah,
I
but
think the first date I went on with my girlfriend, we went to see what was it, Iron Man? We went to the movies.
So you dating before your official couple, or no?
No, like we really
Dove right into it.
yeah, here we go.
Okay.
So y'all vibe. Y'all
Like,
just vibe and it was like this.
One day, first of all, I had a couple dollars to spare. So I'm like, yo, you want to go to the movies? She said, all right, cool. I met her after work. We went to the movie. Then we went to get some ice. We was talking. We was
Yeah,
chilling.
but
That's what you did.
And then I went back to the block and hung out with them.
But,
Wait,
what's-
I
but,
agree,
but the thing is that it's about the having
the
somewhat of
effort,
a
yeah.
commonality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she said something earlier about dating as an art form, and I never even thought of it like that. Because when you're planning on, it's one thing to be talking on the phone or sending text messages or whatever. Now you're about to go on this official date. That has to be tailored.
Yeah,
It has to be tailored to fit. You know what I'm saying? Like I know my wife.
Even when you're spontaneous.
Right. It's still got to be tailored. You get what I'm saying? Because, and I see what you're saying. Like you don't take her to freaking, you know, but you gotta find something that she's you know, something that matches her element. You know, she likes art gallery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're selling some
I
wine or
just
whatever.
feel like
Even though on promenade or going on the Highland
So,
and
it's
just
gotta be
talking.
tailored.
You know what? The Highland is dope. See, that this is what I would do. I take a chick that never been nowhere in a spot like that, because I know I'm busting ass after that. I would
Savages.
That's sometimes I had that mindset. But no, the only reason why I asked that because when you think about it, I was Jay-Z, Beyonce came out with their album recently out of nowhere. Just say, okay, put it out.
I knew what's happening.
I didn't know.
I knew what's happening.
I'm not part of the Beehive.
Lemonade
I'm not
Club.
part of the
No,
Beehive.
it's not even about Beehive. It's all about marketing. It's all about marketing.
This is Jay-Z,
And it's
Beyonce. Who really do they really?
It's all about
any
marketing. I'm
goddamn
gonna tell you
artist?
why. So I put out my dirty laundry on Lemonade. I put out my dirty laundry on 444. We go on a concert together.
No, but
The best thing, because guess what? You could go and perform all these old songs overseas. America's not having that. You better come out with a new song. She did it for
I'm
They were complaining about that for a while too.
They lying because I had to go to work late one day to get some goddamn Beyonce tickets. And I'm like, you already seen her. She's like, so what? I'm seeing her again.
But she came out with Lemonade.
No, this is the recent one that's coming up in August that I'm going to.
But that's what I'm saying. But
Maybe On the Run too.
On the Run too.
Yeah, well, that was.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they weren't coming to America with no new songs. Like it wasn't happening.
She didn't care. She just came out with Destiny Child.
It's all about marketing.
And then everything would have been like, I
It's
know
all
she's
about
gonna sing
marketing.
this.
It's all about marketing.
But I think it's also two things. One, I definitely agree with you in marketing, but I also think it's also they trying to control how they try to do their censorship because they don't allow other people to know that they're marketing it for their album so they can say what they want.
That's what I want to know. How does
Because
censorship play a
haven't you
part with
noticed?
that?
But you haven't noticed that they're becoming more vocal on other things. Like even if you're within a label, you have your label. You're still within a label. But whenever within a label, you have to get the okays from the higher ups before you put anything out.
No, I get that part. But as far as censorship goes a part of growth. Because
remember we talked about
Jay-Z can't talk about, no, you're right.
That's the same
but
thing.
Jay-Z can't talk about what he did in '96 and what he just did in 2017 with the cheating allegation. And he mentioned that on his album, right? And that's the thing I was talking about, I wanted to mention because everybody got that stigma when it comes to relationships and goals and couples and shit like that. And you want to be...
Listen,
Picture perfect.
I have a problem with that hashtag goals nonsense.
That shit kills me because
because
like,
people don't know what's behind the scenes.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
nobody knew Jay-Z cheated until 444 came out.
not till Solange was in the elevator.
In the elevator. That's what
But then when he confirmed it, like,
It
I
was
could
like,
apologize
but
for
to be honest, when he confirmed it to me, you know, it was more of a okay, thank you for confirming it. Like, thank you for confirming
The
it.
real goals.
It's because at the end of the day, you both of you guys actually took the vows that y'all took or whatever.
And revowed.
Right? You know what I mean? So
I don't know if it's revowed, but I know he bought another ring.
It's revowed.
It's revowed.
You will see on the concert.
It's revowed.
They show it.
The Beehive already told y'all.
Beehive never sleeps.
Never sleeps.
No, as a PR person, I have to be.
Got you.
The Beehive still sleeps.
So what y'all think of the album?
What?
What y'all think of the album?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
You know, I actually sat down and listened to this album,
I like it.
and then somebody asked me like, who put what? Did somebody ask me or somebody said about Nas album, which one is better? Because people kept saying, oh yeah, I love that. Nas album definitely is dope.
I think J-Rock album better than all of them.
Oh my God! Nobody paid
But
attention
we're
to
talking
that
about them right
album.
now.
Let me
It's
tell you,
so tough.
Father's Day, J-Rock was in Harlem.
Yes.
I'm being honest with you, I was in Jamie
was supposed to
Bruce,
put that onto you.
and he was
It's
sat right next to
tough.
me.
They on the album better than both of them.
Okay, I gotta listen.
He really did a good job on
Very
this
good
album.
job.
He did a good.
J-Rock album is really good.
Yo,
It's
he did
good.
a really
But
good job.
comparing, and I understand what you're saying because people feel like, damn, you couldn't let Nas live.
No, but
I'm like, Ether was Ether, baby. You can't come back from that. It's okay.
But my thing, this is my thing. Jay-Z and Nas, two iconic artists.
Yes.
They don't. Right now, music is a hobby for them.
Yes.
They're
That's the
more.
reason why they got 9 songs.
It's not even about 9 songs and 7 songs at this point for
It's
those two particular artists because
They don't have to worry about saying.
Nas just made the deal with the electronic doorbell
Yeah.
thing. He made what, 40 million off that.
No, he made the 40 million off the lip.
Sweet Chick.
Yeah,
How many?
The
Sweet
other
Chicks is
thing
doing
he made
great.
some money off of the other tech
Yeah.
thing, but yeah.
The tech thing, he just made money. He got the Sweet Chicks.
Sweet Chicks is
And his
doing
line,
great,
his
too.
clothing
Yeah, the
line.
History clothing line. Jay just became the president of sports for Puma.
Yep.
You know,
And
like right
they're
now.
coming up with him, Akon, and somebody else doing
yeah.
that.
Oh, with the currency?
Yeah.
Acorn.
Acorn. He's making his own currency. Crypto.
And that's what it is for them right now. Like now it's a hobby
Right.
because Jay thing when he first came out was every summer is mine, and then he
Yeah.
went to all right, I don't want to do summer, I want to do winter, and now it's independence.
It's me and my wife.
Yeah, not even me and my wife. Now it's independence, owning,
Yeah.
credit,
Yeah.
just being a man.
Well, because
You know,
now he
being
realized.
a mogul.
Well, now he also realized that.
And he don't even call himself a mogul,
No,
as
but-
if-
but
but
and
you
I'm a-
know
And I'm
what
gonna
he is
clarify that
because-
thing with the mogul
But-
thing a little bit too.
But not to be honest,
Started
just
that.
like you just gave
Yeah.
his growth, now he realizes that this is different between being rich
And
and
wealthy.
being wealthy.
Well, he's
But
well.
he has realized that there's a difference between being
No, I
rich.
think he already knew.
No, I didn't think he knew when he was
In
Def Jam.
1996,
He
he had a line
He
that
had, I
said,
think he
He had
had
a
an
mindset.
idea.
He might have said it,
He
but he had the mindset.
Yeah.
He
No, I
had
don't
the
think
seeds,
he
he ain't
knew.
just watering.
right.
Yeah, I don't think
He was
knew.
thinking longevity.
He was
said he's
thinking-
70.
He was thinking longevity,
He was
but I don't
thinking.
think
It's
until
the
a couple of
implement
years
and the
ago, maybe
thought.
like 10 years ago, he knew the difference between being rich and being
But
wealthy.
you heard him
Yeah.
on that album. He said I had to move my whole family to cross to LA.
Yeah, of
Get a
course.
new ring.
Of course.
Now he the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for real.
I mean, think about
Spend
it.
$100 million on a home.
See, that's the thing about the album. What I learned from this new album is, because my whole and I'm before I jump into that, I just want to talk about the whole mogul thing. Just a couple of minutes, right? Because you said something about they don't have to say that they're moguls, and
We don't have to
it's
say
it's
we're
like,
moguls too.
but you see, it's not about people giving you that label.
Right.
Like I don't need to wait for you to tell me that.
Exactly.
It's a mindset. It's how that's the whole premise of the brand. It's a mindset. It's having that mindset that listen, I have a goal, I have a dream, I have a vision, and I'm going after this thing. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get it done. So that's what mogul is. So it's not about being at the pinnacle of success. It's understanding the work that goes into being right here, right now, and the pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? Mogul represents the work that is
being done.
is put in between. So now, when it comes to this album, now for me, what I learned is, and how I guess with everything that they've dealt with in terms of like cheating scandals and all that good stuff. Well, it's not. Good
I mean,
stuff,
I
but-
think that's the real goals as far as relationship.
Right, and
How you deal with
now
it.
what I learned is by them coming together and the things that they're talking about,
I'm good now.
the things that they're talking about on the album, it's about being one unit
Right.
and understanding that whatever we're building right now, we may not even get to see or reap the benefits of
But
a
our
lot
kids
right now.
would.
But
Yes.
and
That just
when I listen to it, that's
legacy.
immediately, and now it's like, and that's the conversations that me and my wife has
Immediately
been
when I
having
heard
like,
it,
for
I
the
had
past
to.
for the past few months, like about building things, because I understand right now, I have 2 girls. You get what I'm saying? I understand that a lot of things that we're trying to build right now, and there's a lot of things that I'm working on right now. Even with my wife, I'm working, I can't reveal yet, but we're working
Right.
on things, and we understand that a lot of things that we may do right now, we may never even reap the benefits of it. But it's about the generation that's coming up. Because you see, one thing I learned about wealth, and one thing I learned about legacy, and people talk about legacy and people on the hashtag legacy, let me tell you something. Legacy is not your house, not your car that you die and leave back.
Not
Nor
an
your life,
image.
not even your life insurance. Legacy is what outlives you for generations.
Hello.
That's legacy. And so
Grandma,
those are the things that
grandma.
those are the things that I learned from the album. creating a legacy and building a legacy that it can outlive you for generations to come.
Speaking on a legacy situation, even with Kanye, where he's doing his project with the 7 songs in each one, if you actually pay attention to how each artist said, they actually even implemented that in each and every album as well. They speak on that, their longevity of everything that's supposed to be, supposed to be given in.
All right. No, so yeah, I guess we definitely chewed that up.
I mean, legacy, community.
Yeah, those two people, Nas and Jay-Z, are definitely about community.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of community, the young boy.
Oh, Jordan.
Yes.
Oh man.
That was sad. That was sad.
You know, it's sad, right? Would things like that happen all the time? Unfortunately, but the fact that when people actually saw it, that was really hurt.
Didn't help in record.
No, I'm talking about like you can't stroll through your timeline without seeing this thing.
It's
That's
So
what hurts because I know plenty of people that got murdered. Know plenty of people, and they didn't have this impact. But when you actually see it, it touches you. I'm kind of tired of seeing it.
So I haven't been able to.
You become desensitized.
That's what I was about to say.
And that's a problem right now because the more you see, because without social media, when we was younger, you literally had to wait till 10 o'clock at night.
Until the news gives
you know, when you watched it to actually see it, now you're in school, you're on the train, you hear it.
You're bombarded with it, you're flooded with it.
And then after a while, you do get tired, like, God damn, like,
so
my
I didn't even see it on social media first. My homeboy sent it to me because he's one of his students.
Oh, we were hanging out that day.
And I haven't watched the video. I
wouldn't have allowed myself.
And so I was telling Andre, I was like, I can't get him off of my mind, although I haven't watched the video. And one of the reasons is because, like you said, I saw my cousin fight for his life. So I could only imagine the person who was trying to stop his bleeding, how she feels. According to the people, she took off her shirt and was trying to stop it. But then when I see still pictures of it, because I know where the store is at, I grew up on 180th, I know exactly that whole area, when I see the still pictures of the boy being dragged out of the bodega, and how he went back into the store after he got stabbed and ran to the hospital, I'm like,
nobody was there for him.
Like, no one. We went to a school where it's a corner store, and although she didn't live in the neighborhood, they knew who she was. There's no way possible you could tell me that you did not know this kid, and because if you would have closed the door, left him
Locked the door and
there,
left him in
you
there.
just call the police,
It's a police
when
come.
he was getting beat up.
Because I saw the video.
because I heard that they dragged him outside, so they killed him outside. So if you would have closed the door, call his mama, call the police, call somebody, because you know his mother. You know his mother.
You know his mom?
You
Nah,
did.
oh,
No,
no,
like the guy,
guy,
like you know his mother. Y'all all know his mother. Y'all all know this little boy. Y'all know him.
So here's the thing with that, and the people who watch the show know who I am behind the camera. The problem with that is, in the past, is if people had tried to administer CPR or help and didn't know what they were doing, they could be charged for a crime.
Yeah, but we're going before.
So then before that is, you don't know what the kid did. I totally agree with you because I have 4 boys. Y'all know my story, and I got one that age.
Right.
So I don't even want to think about that. But the only thing I can say about those people is I'm not getting involved because if they coming for him like that, he must have did something. And I'm not saying that that's right.
I get all that, but it's
people
5
just-
against one little
No,
boy.
the thing about he's right. With today's society
And the way things go,
Because back in the days, that would have not happened.
it wouldn't have happened because men would have been men, women would have been women, and we all grew up. We were all raised by 20 or 30 different people.
A village.
In our
And
neighborhood.
literally, I definitely was. You guys were.
But here's the problem.
It's not
now.
the case.
Here's the problem.
today.
We no longer have a village because
Yes.
everybody who's subscribing.
That's the point that I'm making.
Business. And we gotta understand something, right? It's okay to mind your business, but if we're talking about when it comes to community and things like this, it's kind of like you can't mind your business. because it's
You have to get
it's
involved.
community. You know, like the word community it comes from the word like commune, like you come together.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like you can't. I mean, I understand that, but I watched a few versions of the video, and I saw where like the bodega owners were like leading the guys in,
Like,
you know
hey,
what I'm saying?
get out, and then get out, get him out of
Kind
here.
of like, yo, he's back there, you know, because the guys walked in before, and they walked in behind him, and I'm behind him, and I'm like, yo, I can't understand, like, how could you? The thing, I don't know, man. I posted the video with a commentary that a guy was, and I had to remove the video from my social media because I'm like, yo, I don't want to remember him like that. Like, I found a picture of him, and I can't get it out of my head because. And then to add insult to injury,
It was a mistake.
it was a mistake.
I'm sorry. What?
Well,
Mistake
see,
in my day.
and then that's another thing. Like when you get on social media, everybody's a goddamn news anchor. Everybody is this that. I don't know what to believe about this young kid.
No, but it was,
Again,
I just know it's wrong for how this kid died. Now you want to say
Regardless of what he did.
regardless of what he did. Exactly.
Unless he raped
Because even if they caught the right kid, it would have still.
That didn't warrant all of that.
He doesn't warrant that, man.
That's what I was. And not even that. Like the reality is, the other kid that you were looking for is still 15.
Whoa,
You know
that's
what I
what I'm
mean?
saying.
It's still 15 off of a video that she's not getting raped. She's enjoying
It's
that.
totally consensual,
See, now, I didn't
and I'm sure y'all
I
was
didn't
doing the
see
same thing to some girl
But that was
at some
15,
point in
And
time.
this video was
I
a
didn't
year
see
ago
that,
that it
yeah.
came out. So the reality is this. Like we was talking before the show started, I don't necessarily think it's the youth. I think this specific situation was the community. You know, because so many people recorded.
Like I said, the community failed.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
now-
many people in the store, and because in the beginning of I didn't watch the video, but I heard an audio. They speak in Spanish, and one of the guys said, "Yo lo conozco. I know him. So why not even defend him?"
See, okay, now this is the devil's advocate I want to say. Now, we know with us, we're different. Because we in a different age bracket. We come from a different time. Today, we have kids that 15, 14, 13, outside 12, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Now,
Not
these
my
the
type.
same type of kids talking about, oh, y'all niggas is old, blah, 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 leave me alone, fuck y'all, da, 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 da. You got this, what's the dude name? The rapper, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Trolling. They're not even able to drink yet. But they are sitting here like, oh, you old asses, and this, that, and the third. My whole thing is, I would beat the shit out of one of these teenagers. Now, it's wrong for what happened, because if it was me, it would have just been a one-on-one fight, because that's just how it go. You lose, you win, you win. That's how I would have went.
But that's old
It's just,
school.
now we know, like, you saying the community felt, but it shouldn't have to take, like, I always say, it shouldn't have to take this to say, it's the community, let's boycott the store. We should have been taking these kids and slapping the shit out of them
But-
a long time
but we
ago
talking
to
about
get them
the
in line and say,
specific-
listen, y'all gotta chill.
But we talking about this.
Because none of y'all can't really fight.
No, but we
You know
talking
what I'm
about
saying?
this specific kid, right? Because, and even inside the store,
And I'm not
he
trying to
wasn't
justify
fighting.
that what
He
happened is right. I'm just saying, now we saying the community felt
When
us.
I mean the community, I mean the bodega. The 4 grown men who were inside
That
that
was in the
bodega
store?
felt him.
They did.
They did.
My thing is this.
The boy was just going to the store for his. This is how the story started off. The boy was in the house. He was in the house playing video games, chilling in the house. One of his family members called him and asked him, "Can he get $5?" He borrowed $5 from his mother to get something for his family member in the store with $5. He just went out to go to the store,
That's
and he was a
$5
kid.
that I heard
and
he
was a
went
kid.
downstairs to loan to get
A
back
friend.
$5 that he
That's
lent
what
from
I
So
somebody.
his mother in the interview was in Spanish in Telemundo. She said she gave him $5 for someone to go buy something to eat. She gave him
I
$5.
heard the see now that.
Just like you said,
I'm not
so
that
that's the
fluent in
problem with
Spanish, but I
Instagram,
think it's
social
That's
media
all-
news.
But
You
that's
don't
what I
know
mean.
what
But-
story
but
you
I've been
get.
tuning down to social media because I'm like you said, everybody has their own story.
Yeah, everybody
Everybody
news
says-
anchor.
The only thing I have
Internet
to say
detectives
about the
and
whole
police.
situation is that I feel like
The bodega.
if they would have closed the store
And call the police.
and called the police, he would have been alive.
Now you know what's crazy? Because I was just watching the news recently, and the news said, being that it's summer in New York City, They was gonna add more police.
Yo, I saw the same shit.
But they
On the
You know
corners.
what's so crazy?
And 183rd and Bathgate is one of those corners that should have had where we grew up
But
at.
it's not gonna be there
They
because
tell
it ain't
you-
enough white people there.
No.
And I ain't racist. When they said that, we talked about this. When they said
Right.
that comment, oh well, traditionally the
It's
summertime is when there's more crime in the city. All it is you're not adding more police down on 42nd Street, 34th Street.
Nope.
You're added it in the communities that more Caucasian people have moved in. Because there's definitely a higher police presence now in Harlem. But that ain't nothing more than the white people that moved up there. Now they say, oh, well, we need more cops now because you need to get more of these colored people off the streets. That's the only reason why for that.
My only problem with this whole situation is, a month from now, we're not going to be talking about it.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Cause shit is so quick.
You see,
Remember
But
Trayvon?
I will be talking
You remember
about it.
Trayvon Martin? Who thought about Trayvon Martin this week?
I did.
I did actually.
I did.
Last week.
No, the thing
I
is, see,
always
I get what he's saying.
No, but I get
All
what
those
you're saying.
issues.
Amadou Diallo,
Because-
although we didn't realize that was our first Black Lives Matter, I remember that and I was in my teens.
But not,
No,
see,
but
not
then
everybody
we
thinks like
can
you.
go all the way
Not
back
everybody
into
thinks like you.
to the 80s.
Yeah.
I wasn't really, I
You
wasn't
can-
here in the 80s.
I'm okay. I'm not in the 80s. I'm sorry.
Okay,
The 90s, early 90s, 95. Between 92 and 95, they was killing us. They wasn't killing us we dropping like flies right now.
Well, it's being more publicized. That's
Because,
what it is.
because of social media.
There you
Because
go.
of social media, you can
And
actually
social media
get
has
more
programmed and conditioned us to, like he said, but there are people who are going to move right along.
No, you know why?
Extension just not murdered right
See,
before his
and
week.
see,
We didn't mention him
yeah.
this show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he was murdered.
The
We
thing
actually
about
did.
it, because everybody every week is
Yes.
something.
We didn't
It's
mention
gonna
that.
be crazy.
Because guess what? Something's going to happen next week, and we're going to forget about Junior.
That's crazy
And that's
too.
next week's news. That's it.
Right, and that's unfortunately that's how it is right
That's the
now.
fucked up thing.
That's how our society.
And
They're
it's
going to boycott
not-
that store for
And
a
you know
month,
what's crazy?
hopefully, and then after that, they're going to be
Business as
shopping
usual.
there.
Business as usual.
Sorry, they're going to clean the blood up off the street, they're going to be back to business as usual. That's the sad thing about all this shit.
Crazy.
Well, with that being said, we.
Sorry, I ain't mean to be the
No,
devil.
no,
I
what you're
totally
saying
get
is
what you're
real.
saying. No,
What
And
sounds like-
that's real.
That's the reality
We
of
have
it,
to
though.
we have to
That's
talk
real.
about it
Yeah.
because
It's
Jaded
so
when it
much
comes to
going
things
on.
like
It's so
that.
much going on. It's hard to even like fully focus. And then also the reason why it makes it even easiest for them. They desensitize everybody to it. To it be like, oh, like Cameron said, yeah, everybody gets shot every day, B. Like you get what I'm saying? Like they put you in that mode, and it's unfortunate.
see, but now it's kids dying. You know, 15.
I feel if you die at 21, you're still a child.
Still child.
Yeah.
Cause you
First, you're still listening to your mom's rules. Like you said, you gotta ask your mom, I gotta take this girl out.
Yeah.
He literally going out there like, what the?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
We just gotta do better.
yeah, we definitely
gotta do
shit
better.
has to change.
We gotta do better.
So that should be the next episode. How do we make it better?
Yeah.
if I had that answer,
This is why these platforms like this is created, because I want the young kids in my neighborhood. Like, well, when I walk through my neighborhood, it's love. Like, yo, Trev, what's good? I see you doing I love that. So they can see that outside of, me from, a lot of them, well, we might have lived in the same building. You see me grow up. I seen y'all grow up. So y'all see me doing something positive. So I want to be that example for them as well as my son.
Yeah.
And after watching what happened to him, the goal is to get old. I don't give a shit how you old. My son called me old. Yeah, all right, man. I'm old. Thank
My
God.
dad is 80.
You know,
So my goal is to be that.
I have friends that died at 21.
35.
We just
That's
recently
still young.
lost.
I just lost a
We
friend.
just lost one of our best friends that we grew up with, like literally from boys to men. And now it's like the goal is for my son to bury me. I refuse.
Yeah.
That shit is a mental condition in itself. To sit, I know how the mother is like, yo, what the and we're poor.
Yeah.
No life insurance, no health insurance.
They probably can't even move. The price she gotta live in.
You know,
And then you see, apart from that too, another place where my thoughts go is the kid who it was meant for.
And that, but that's also my thing too.
It's like
the fake news. We don't even know if that's true.
You don't even know if that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like all these goddamn antics, you got. Oh, that was a fake idea.
No. But the gang who these guys are part, they actually issued some sort of statement saying that
Daily News reported
we
that.
got the wrong kid.
Yeah.
They said
The
that.
And they have been saying that from the beginning that it was the wrong kid.
Right, they said it was the wrong kid.
So now you know what that means they gonna tell, cause nobody wants to do the time for that.
Of course.
Nobody. Somebody's gonna do the time for that.
But not all five of them.
No, they all want to do time, but somebody.
Well,
Well,
they
they
call
call
majority
one.
time.
Well, they call
The largest.
one,
They
so,
only caught
yeah.
one.
When you catch one, you catch five.
Yeah, because his mother turned him in.
Yeah, when you catch one,
He
you
was in
catch five.
DR, wasn't he?
No, she was
Going
booking a
to
flight to DR. She was like, nope.
You going to jail.
Yeah, you
Go to the
jail.
precinct.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, before this, and this, I want to give a rest in peace to Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And condolences to his family.
Condolences to
It's
his
never
family.
easy. Rest in peace to XXX.
Tentacion.
We gonna do an episode on him in depth. You know,
I told you about him. I told you about him years, probably last year. I was telling you about that. I like this kid.
I was
He wasn't giving his music a shot.
biased.
That's another
I
subject
always
because
get
it's a
fooled.
mixed feelings.
The
A lot
thing
of people
about
have
it,
mixed
I was just
feelings.
biased about these young kids because I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck y'all talking about.
But even
And
He's actually talented. Though.
But it's
I gotta
not the
listen.
music
He was
situation.
misunderstood.
There's also another situation where he was abusing.
But just
Women, because his music was temporarily suspended
And you
on
know what?
Spotify.
Shout out to fuck Spotify because you know what I want to say. The fact that because we gonna end it in a second. The fact that 2 weeks before this man
No
passed-
disrespect, Spotify.
No.
He's gonna say it again.
No, fuck them.
He's gonna say it again.
The thing about it is, the fucking music industry is so. What's a leech? 2 weeks prior to this, Spotify want to take down his music, okay, because of the content of the music. Now all of a sudden, this man died. You want to throw his music back up? You want to sell it? Who's getting the money?
They are.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck y'all.
Yeah,
You can't do one thing because he's talking about that, and then he died. Oh my baby, shut the fuck up. Either you gonna not play his music or you gonna play this shit. Don't be pick a side. You want to stay on that side, stay there.
Keep the same energy.
Yes.
Keep the same
Exactly.
energy. Yes.
If you're not gonna play his music, don't play his music.
Keep the same energy,
But
baby.
just send condolences. Don't be like, oh, he died. Let me put his music back up, get a couple dollars.
Yeah.
No, don't play his
keep the
music.
same energy.
Yeah,
But you know that's how it goes. It's all money.
You got all them crackers up there, man, stealing from the culture,
Lord,
man.
that's a different
Culture vultures.
conversation.
Oh,
Is
my
another
God.
conversation.
It's all good. On that note, any last words? Fuck Spotify.
I guess that's his last word.
Nah, it's not. But them niggas, they be bugging. Like, I hate when people.
So you've never been on the show? It starts off very PG,
No.
and then by the last
He's like,
5 minutes,
I'm like, what happened?
these two go into a whole nother realm.
We were just saying rest in peace, Junior. That was,
It's still rest in peace, Junior.
Spotify out.
But it's still fuck
Oh my
Spotify
God.
because you can't be. You can't be.
You have to keep the same energy.
You can't be living off us,
They are.
stealing from the culture.
But you know, that's a different type of conversation.
We gonna have that conversation
This is America.
soon.
Yeah, it's a different type of conversation.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yep.
You know, again.
You're always welcome. Everybody's always welcome back. You got some shit going on, come on back.
Yes. Gildy Lopez, Brothers in Briefcases, July 7th. I hope to see you all there.
Yep.
Come be part of the conversation.
There you go.
Thank y'all for having me. I was really excited about it when you reached out to me. I was like, what? I was excited about it, so I'm excited to be here. And follow me on social media, Mr. Andre T, and the Mogul Summit. You can type that in, you'll find that. And that's that.
Look out for it.
I have a new website coming with the merchandise and all that good stuff because we're trying to revamp everything and working on that and trying to build up the Mogul Summit platform to be just more than the event that we had,
Yeah.
but more of our really inspiring and encouraging people to be the best versions of
And whatever you do,
Be a mogul about it.
be a mogul about it.
Listen, you know.
Any last words from you?
Hi.
Oh no.
No, we've been
We'll
there.
check-
Your candle was the bomb.
Oh, my
How you
candle.
act like you ain't got nothing going on? Come on.
Rue the fur candles. How was the candle I gave you last week?
This is Mr. Bell, and that cookies and cream was divine. I had bubble bath Tuesday. It was wonderful.
But we do have a project that's coming up, and I'm mentioning it again. Niggas in Paris, niggas, Negus.
There you go.
What's
August 20. Look.
Oh, I looked it up.
Look it up.
Is it Portuguese? What was
No.
it? What was some? I looked it
Negus.
up.
Negus.
Okay, I'm
Niggas,
looking
look
it
it
up.
up.
And yeah, we have a project coming up, but again, we're gonna take you through a journey. You know, Brothers and Briefcases, July 7th, and then Niggas in Paris.
Look at all these
August
beautiful
25th.
black people
Yeah.
Yes.
out here.
Black people, fun, music, food, everything is offered to you. When you come to these events, you're going to leave with a full belly, probably leave
That's
drunk
And you're
and
gonna.
inspired.
And the most important thing is you're
Drunk
gonna,
and inspired.
yeah, and the most important
thing
thing is that you're gonna create long-term relationships.
Yep,
I
that's-
promise.
that's-
and become a better person, because you're gonna do what?
Be a mogul about it.
I gotta plug this. July 11th, Mars versus Venus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on the panel at Milk River.
Okay.
So I'm reposting it every week, so you could go get your tickets at $20. Alright, that's Brooklyn. I'm not too fond of Brooklyn, but I'll
Milk
be.
River is nice.
But I never got to do
Good
my
spot.
First, this will be my first panel, period.
Get the win.
So I'm gonna be there.
Welcome.
So I'll be out there at Milk River July 11th. I'm all set. I'm
Welcome
ready
to
to
the
go.
Guys, y'all better see him on Brothers and Briefcases if y'all don't.
No, I definitely show my face. I got a lot of shit on my mind. I got a lot of shit going on. It's fuck Spotify. It's fuck anybody taking advantage of the culture after some shit happened. Cause I hate the fact
Did
that
you
when
finish saying what you're gonna do?
yeah, Milk River, July 11th.
You're gonna be on the panel like,
Yeah.
fuck Spotify.
But this is why he's gonna end up needing a PR. You see that? I'm so sorry, Spotify.
Yeah.
He did not mean
She's
that.
gonna have to
I
issue a
know he
statement
was
like
trying to
that.
say.
Did you see his face? He's like,
Me too.
I know he was trying to get the podcast on Spotify. I'm so sorry.
Secondly, real quick, the Likes app coming soon. All right, fuck Spotify. Likes.
Oh, Lord.
All right, it's Likes app. We ain't gonna need the coaches. We ain't gonna need the coaching vultures. We gonna create our own shit. What's any last word for you, my brother?
No disrespect.
And on that note.
On that note,
You're gonna cause us a lot of legal problems.
I'm sorry, y'all.
no disrespect.
No,
No, you got a right to say it from
Look, we said a disclaimer in the beginning.
I definitely did.
That's what the disclaimer is for. It's verbally said. You hear it every episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
On that note, episode 52, Moguls, be a mogul about it. Brothers in Briefcases, Mr. Bellin, photography, check him out. I'll see y'all next week. 1.
Peace.
Peace.